Good morning, Mr. Rohan. How are you?
Morning, Tabish. Fine, thanks yourself.
Welcome to this interview. And as you know that when I did the interview with Mr. Kenny and Paul, I got different feedback for the name of my podcast. I had named it earlier The Speak. I'm considering a new name for it, new title.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that good morning and welcome to The Speak. As soon as I change it, I'll let you know.
Awesome.
Okay. Mr. Rohan Botha, is that your full name?
So I've got a second name.
Okay.
Rohan Botha.
Okay.
Yes.
And primarily you're from South Africa?
Yes.
Primarily means entirely from South Africa or?
Yes, no, so from South Africa, born in South Africa, Pretoria, stayed in South Africa most of my life, spent a lot of time in Africa. My family, my father worked in Zambia for quite a while, so Zambia, Malawi. Went to visit them a lot for 12 years of my life, they were there. So yeah, Africa mainly, but South Africa.
And for job or education, did you go out anywhere?
Yes.
Obviously you're here in Muscat.
Yeah, so I taught mainly in South Africa, and I did gain some experience in British schools across Zambia as well during my teaching prac days. Different smaller groups, and I gained some experience there as well.
I've seen a display photo on your WhatsApp in which your father is there, you are there, and your sons are there, and all are in farming attire, like somewhere in farmhouse or somewhere.
Yes, yeah. So South Africa, we as males, we like to spend time outside. We did own a smallholdings farm in Bronkhorstspruit. It's just between basically Pretoria and Johannesburg, where we had our little farmhouse, wooden cabin, and we farmed and
because we have seen those kind of farmhouse when my son is watching that old McDonald has a farm.
Yeah.
So typical farmhouse has got all those things.
Yeah,
and during this COVID, we were watching that poem again and again on repeat mode on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yes. So as I assured you that this will be apolitical at all, completely apolitical. But there are some queries like not non-political, of course, like why South Africa has a name South Africa, why not any other name like the rest of the countries in Africa? Yeah,
so it's the most southern part of Africa.
Yes, of course.
So the name
obviously.
the name is speaking for itself.
Yes.
So basically it was colonized. In the 1800s they arrived, and the Dutch settlers also branched off. And the name itself, there was first a union of South Africa. That was in 1910. The first time it was basically starting to go into independence, and in I think 1931 they were basically, I think it's fully sovereign from the UK. So this when we had our 1931 we were fully sovereign from the UK government. And then the 1961, 1931 we became a republic of South Africa. So we were a union of South Africa,
and then republic,
and then we became a republic. And and then, as you know, 1994 we had our first universal vote. So that's basically South Africa, Union of South Africa, Republic of South Africa. And now it's still the Republic of South Africa.
Good. And if you are supposed to choose any different name for South Africa, for example, like as a unique Nigeria, Sudan, or other Zimbabwe, Kenya, other countries have their full name, not coming out of. What 3 names can you suggest to the government to offer it?
Yeah, I think name changes in South Africa is a big thing. It was a big political drive as well. And that's again, I don't want to go too deep into all of that. So they changed it to a lot of, because as you know, we've got 11 languages, official languages, different dialects, obviously. So Sotho's, you've got Northern Sotho, all of that. And the Zulu names have become more popular. But if I add to from I'm also Afrikaans, so that's my native tongue. Although English is one of our is basically the language we all speak there mainly.
Yes.
But 3 names, I must tell you, South Africa is so diverse. From my end,
so it's difficult to get 3 names.
Yeah, it's difficult to get 3 specific names, but I must tell you, I think you can get really creative. I know it's not the heart, but I would say it's the heart of Africa, although it's not central.
Yes.
So yeah, specific names, and motherland it's definitely a
difficult.
So at the end of the day, there's a lot of names you can probably be creative with, but
Okay.
Mainly South Africa is general, it gives you the direction in Africa, the most southern part. So it's covering all bases.
Yes, as you know, like my country, Pakistan, has got name from Pak means pure, and Taan means coming from Persian word means land, the land of pures. And then there are a lot of Central Asian countries coming with Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan and all that. How about naming it as Rohanistan?
It would be amazing, eh? Then no, so definitely. Yeah, but I must say,
or Bothaistan.
Yeah, Bothaville. Yeah. So no. I think it's so diverse. You need to really get the buy-in of everyone.
Right. Actually, we always heard about South Africa. My interaction for South Africa was in the news for Nelson Mandela. All the time, like every other news had to report something in my country. I don't know what was strategic about it, talking about South Africa and Pakistan. I have no clue.
Probably about cricket.
Still today.
Cricket. Just talk about cricket.
Okay. And then what happened that when it emerged on 1994, we came to know that South Africa is a unique country that has got 3 capitals. Is that so?
Yes. Yeah.
So Cape Town is one of them.
Cape Town. Cape Town is the legislative capital.
Okay. And, the parliaments are there.
Basically, yes, we've got the parliament there. The thing is just we have Pretoria, that's your executive capital.
Okay.
Where we have the union buildings.
Okay.
That is the capital.
Okay.
And then Johannesburg is a provincial capital. So those are the 3. It's unique.
Yeah.
But you do have some countries who've got more, I believe. But our country.
But my interaction, it's the only country has got 3-1. Okay, amazing.
There should probably be another one.
Yeah, should
be.
Let's
Google it.
Let's Google it sometime.
But I can tell you, there's those 2, Pretoria, Joburg, and Cape Town.
And what happened, 1994, and then cricket team came up with Hansie Krone.
Oh, Hansie, yes.
And
sensitive matter.
Of course, sadly he died in a plane crash, and afterward. And they were winning, and they were going very fast and very well in the World Cup, and then the rain came.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, unfortunate, eh? But the big thing for me is I'm passionate, I support the cricket, but the rugby, 1995.
Okay.
That was, I think that was nobody expected South Africa, but with Francois Pienaar being our captain there, and Nelson Mandela bringing out the trophy and uniting the people, with the universal elections that just passed the previous year. That was a sport in South Africa. It's part of the whole. It's a blood.
Yes.
It's part of your blood. It's part of your being. So it's a very proud. It's a very proud moment for us winning the World Cup in 1995, and it unified, all colours, diverse, everyone together celebrating, and that's why it's still very passionate. Everyone there, it's very popular too.
So since you said blood, if they check your blood cells, not white and red, they will be rugby balls.
Rugby positive, maybe sometime cricket negative, depending on the result. But the Springboks are still on top. So it's all right. So we're rugby positive. Not O positive, rugby positive.
Okay. How do you see your country and you living here? Do you miss it a lot?
Yes, no, I miss it a lot. It's being here. It's different. Only being here now. It's my 3rd year now. So there's a little things you miss, and your family.
Yes.
But I'm fortunate enough to have my wife with me, as well as my 2 sons. And although technology allows us to communicate with the family, it takes away that bit of the sadness and that whole, that just missing the country themselves. And yes, luckily I'm flying back tomorrow. So
oh, great!
First time in 3 years.
Oh,
yeah.
So you got stuck in COVID.
Yeah,
and you never
unfortunately,
traveled.
I couldn't travel and all of that. But I must tell you, Oman itself. So home is not. We see it as not a place. It's a feeling.
Yes.
So it's where you are. So Oman really has welcomed our family, and we really love the place. There's a lot of similarities to South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would say personally, it's okay. The heat is something different. Okay, but having this.
Which one is hotter?
I must say the humidity here
is more.
There's certain areas, like for example, I experienced in Zambia, close to the Luangwa, when we went into the bush there, bushveld. It reaches 50 plus. So. But the humidity is different,
yes.
And I must say the heat is there. We can compare it. There's no winter here. We have all 4 seasons in South Africa.
Okay,
we experience all 4 of them.
Good.
But I must say also the camaraderie, and there's a big South African community all around. We're all spread out. So we had the Groot Trek in South Africa, where the Dutch settlers became the voortrekkers.
Yes.
So that's where we derived from historically. But now you would see us all trekking out, so you'll find us New Zealand, Australia, Britain, Middle East, all over the show, Asia. You'll find South Africans everywhere. So just linking up in that whole, braai, so barbecue is a sauce. Braai is an action where we cook food. So we get really offended. So having a braai here on a good weather day feels like a summer day in South Africa.
In South Africa, okay.
Yeah, so yes.
Okay,
enjoy it.
And then I remember once you were talking some time back of Australia or something. Is that in your plan somewhere in 5 years or 10 years?
Yeah, so I've got family in Australia.
Okay.
Ultimately, we would really like to go back to South Africa. That was a plan. While we are here,
if you are given a free hand to choose another nationality than South Africa, which one would you opt for?
That's difficult.
Without giving up your South African nationality.
Dual citizenship.
Yes, dual.
I must say, the UK, I think we overpopulate the UK, the South Africans currently. We were looking at the Netherlands. The Netherlands, or the 3 countries we would really like to look at is the Netherlands, Australia, New Zealand. So those are the 3 ones.
Okay.
Currently,
but they are
New Zealand,
entirely different regions.
Yes, Australia, New Zealand is a bit closer. Yeah, but the thing is, those are the countries we would like to look at. But currently, we just see where the opportunities take us.
Good.
And enjoy.
Since you just mentioned your family, tell me about your family. Like among your siblings, do you have siblings? How many?
I have a brother. I have a brother. Yes, so I have one brother, and that's it. He's 8 years younger than me. Also a teacher.
Oh, really? And where is he?
So he's teaching in a private school in South Africa.
Okay.
He's married now for 2 years. So he's staying there. And my mom, when we sold the small holdings farm, they moved to his property where him and his wife is staying.
Okay.
And their family as well.
His name is
Johan.
Johan.
Yeah. So Johan. Yeah. So he's my. I miss him a lot.
And are you going to? Is he going to pick you up from the airport?
Hopefully you won't send this YouTube video before the weekend, and somebody tags me or something, because they don't know I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm going to surprise them.
So then I can hold on to this
video.
Hold
on to this video, hopefully.
As soon as you confirm, I will upload.
Please, yeah. No, after tomormore afternoon, you can upload
fine,
it.
Of course, you're already there.
Just give me a day to.
I would.
I'll promote your speak and get you some more subscribers for your for your channel. So we've got a shuttle. So my mother-in-law, we're going to surprise her, and then we've got a whole strategy surprising everyone else, because she stays closest to the airport. So we'll start there and work our way down to my brother's.
About your wife, she works here with us.
Yes.
She's in the primary, and she's a wonderful organizer and manager and wonderful teacher. I saw her winning some of the, Teacher of the Month award.
Yes, Employee of the Month.
Right. And where did you meet her?
Yeah, so we met at college or university. So yeah, we met there and we got married quite early. I finished studying and she was so I was 1 year ahead. She took a gap year. So we met at uni and from there on we just basically hit it off. And
so it was an instant crush. You saw her, that's it. She's will be.
You know, it was quite, you know, I was.
It was full of adventures.
Yeah, I think I was a picky guy. I just realized it, you know, I don't know, it's probably very cliche saying you just fell in love and all that. I think there was a lot of work from both our ends to realize where we're at, and now 13 years in our marriage.
MashaAllah, wow, amazing.
It's still, we learn from each other, we support each other and valuing
It's
marriage.
an achievement. It's an achievement nowadays.
Definitely.
Completing 13 years or 10 years, it's an achievement because globally it's not happening very much. And younger couples, like they don't.
Yeah, and I think the divorce rate is very high.
Very high.
It became too easy to get divorced.
And you won't believe today is 7th. It was my 18th wedding anniversary on 3rd of July.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Belated congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, like in European countries and most modern countries, we see that divorce rate is way too higher than backward countries and older or poorer countries or underdeveloped countries. I don't know why. What does it have to do with the being modern and being backward? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I must say, you probably know as well now in education, broken families have got a big influence on the kids themselves.
Yes.
Teaching has become a parenting job.
Yes,
in a lot of cases, you've got a big weight of teaching is, I would say, mainly parenting.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you know, if you're unhappy, I don't say stick with someone. I mean, there's so many reasons people get divorced.
Yes.
And again, it's just, if we always had the saying, my dad said, marriage in, marriage out. You stick with your choices. And I think that is also a thing. People get comfortable or they get comfortable in a certain situation, and then they basically just one day are tempted to just leave everything and give up. They quit ways. Very easily.
Yes, it's easy to quit than to live with after quitting, and people just shatter and they just
it's a commitment.
They don't come back very easily after quitting. And do you think children play a role in sticking parents together?
I do think so.
Yes.
I do think so. And the thing is, it's just very unfortunate sometimes that you deal with situations, especially myself being in pastoral, I deal with a lot of situations where you have the behavior issues, and you can see it's a cry for help. They want to see their parents together. You can see sometimes jealousy amongst friends. If there's a separated parents from my son's friends, you could see when the friend is with us and everything, how they basically just how they go about things, you know. And I do think a lot of people stay married because of their kids, and I don't always think that's the healthiest, because it can be very destructive for the adults as well as the kids. But I do believe just communicating more effectively. I think that's the key in marriage.
I've also come across a number of students whose parents were separated or about to separate or living apart, and then their behavior, like students, they were behaving in the school as if the school has done something to them, or the teachers have done, and they were on their revenge mode in the school. Like, and then I spoke to a couple of them, like, this is not the right place, and we are not the right people.
Exactly.
Like, we are on your side, we want you to get education and do something well, and we want you to grow up as a gentleman, not like this. But, you know, they get more interaction with us. When they get home, they don't have parents home. Mom is coming late, or parties of friends, or dad is coming or not living together. Then most interaction they get with the teachers.
Exactly. Spend the most time during
most time with us. Either siblings or teacher with PlayStation, either siblings are sitting in different rooms, like that.
Exactly.
Anyway. Tell me about your kids.
I love my two boys. My firstborn, Ruben, he's basically now 11. Very energetic, very sporty.
Yes.
he missed that a lot. In the Middle East, yes, there's sport. I think COVID just paused a lot of the activities.
Yes.
But now that we're going back to South Africa, we would like to get him in a school environment for a few days just to experience it again.
Yes.
And when we get back, we'll definitely focus on that. Loves the outdoors, loves friends, extrovert.
I remember when we organized this iftar and your son was here. Yeah. And my son is almost the same age.
Oh, they love playing together.
And they just gelled together so quickly, and they were playing.
I'm so proud of him, yes, and he's doing so well.
And like for both of them, each of them were strangers, okay? They met for the first time. Not the same nationality, not the same language, speaking not Afrikaans, of course English.
But put a ball on the floor and they speak the same language.
And they speak the same language.
Soccer ball, anything, cricket ball, rugby ball.
Even my son was visiting when I interviewed Mr. Kenny. So your son was there in the corridor. See, they stuck together, like they were together all the time. It was fun.
And so Ruben, and then Sias also is my second son. He's now turning 7 now in August.
Okay.
So he's also a sociable boy, but he's a lot different than Ruben. And really, I must say, much more affectionate. Ruben loves but he's getting to that age where it's like almost I think the teenager stage is now much earlier. It's not the 13, 16-year-old.
Not at all, not at all.
After 10,
so many things have
attitudes, everything,
earlier.
And I think technology plays a big role with this.
Yes.
They grow up too fast, and the thing is controlling that is quite interesting. But both my boys, Sias, I love him to bits as well. I love both of them, but they enjoy Oman, and I must say they adapted very well here. The Middle East and even the expat community that we have here.
Yes.
Although there weren't a lot in the East classroom here. He adapted, and especially with our friends when we have the braai and we meet up. And again, like you said, it's the international. There's just that. Doesn't matter what country you're coming from.
Yes.
They can easily just pick up. I must say, South Africa is a lot more active on sporting and activity sides. Yeah. But again, now I've spent only 2 years during COVID, and then this 1 year out of COVID, so I can't judge the country yet. So hopefully we can get the sport into sport and all of that. So
tell me about the community, South African community here.
Yeah.
If you have a full-fledged party, how many people are you expecting to join?
When we do our gathering, or when we do gatherings, when we're allowed to do gatherings, we'll have. We've got. So Martinette's, she's got her friends, and a small party. You look at minimum 6 to 12 people together. Okay.
And if it's a big party? Big
parties.
All South African only?
Yeah. No. So I was privileged enough to go with a group on a desert crossing as well.
Okay.
And but it was mixed. But the South African parties we've been to, 30, 40 plus.
Okay.
Bigger parties.
Okay.
And I must say there's a lot of, and it's different generations. So our younger generation with the older ones just mixing up, and this is where the desert crossing is mainly driven and organized by South Africans, and they've been doing it now almost for 20 years.
Oh, really?
These people were long long before I came here. So it's an established community, and they support each other a lot. If somebody new comes in, there's actually a South Africans in Oman page where there's questions asked if they're moving in. So people will actually help you to settle in, make sure, especially now when people's unsure about PCRs, they can get information through this. And they call us the Safas. Okay, so all of us are all over the place. And
good. For example, somebody is leaving, so he wants to sell something.
That's also that's a big thing, especially vehicles and furniture.
And you're good at selling the vehicles. You just did one yesterday.
Just sold one yesterday. Now waiting for my commission. Higher commission next time is the fall. No.
Did you get the required price?
He did. He did get a good price.
Good price. Okay.
And it's easy. It's just a nice second-hand market here. Vehicles are good quality, and fuel cost is low.
Yes.
That's one thing I'm not looking forward to in South Africa.
With the internet and different applications available, buying and selling has become more easier and easier. And especially some of the most popular ones. One is popular in Arabic another is in English, and those both are like. I sold my 2 cars on that, and I bought my 3rd one from that application, and I still browse it just to have the fun of looking at different cars and different models, and you know, dream car, and what's the price going on right now and all that. It's fun. But previously it used to be newspaper where you used to have to look at only the ads available, or you go to the different dealers. That was different.
That's now much
How many cars do you have?
Very, very privileged to have. We've got 3 cars.
3 cars.
Yesterday we had 4. Today we have 3 because we're doing each other a favor. You know, when you leave to get the right price, it's a rush. So we've got 3 vehicles.
Okay. So which one is which one?
So when we came here, Martinet's visa was approved first. Mine was second. So basically, we had to put both vehicles on. So Martinet's on her name. We've got a Jeep Wrangler manual. Manual. She proudly drove that Jeep up one of the biggest dunes there in Wahiba. So with a manual, that's an accomplishment. She's also an avid 4x4 now. And then the Ford Eco, our more economic car. We're looking to sell both of them to buy a bit bigger, family car. Hopefully, good prices coming up, guys.
Inshallah. Yes, guys.
And then my pride and joy, I was privileged enough, my friend sold me his Toyota Tundra.
Good.
Yeah, so I get to experience the driving the Tundra here, and luckily the fuel price is good enough for me to still sustain my ownership and my short distances. So we bought that. That was a newly acquired vehicle.
We were sharing a joke yesterday and day before yesterday. Like, I've been sharing it for 2 continuous days, and today may be the 3rd day. There were 2, a boy and girl in the university, sitting and talking, and both of them said that I bought a laptop last night. The boy said, okay, I'll tell you, my laptop is i7 10th generation, this RAM, this ROM, this VJ card, and all this, you know, all that, and SSD and everything. And then he asked the girl, like, what laptop you bought? She said, pink.
Only spec you need, it's pink.
and what you told about your wife, like she loves driving that manual Jeep Wrangler. Oh, that's entirely a different experience.
Exactly.
It's not pink.
It's not pink. Yeah, that's the detail.
What car do you have? Not pink.
Yeah, not a pink one. A manual Jeep Wrangler.
Tell me a little more about your wife. Like, how does she work, and how does she manage the family and you? And
she's, you know what? She's a hard-working, loving, caring mother. So I have to say that on camera. So really, I must say, our marriage here in Oman has grown a lot because we have a bit, not a bit, we've got a lot more time.
Yes.
Got a lot more time that we can spend as a family together. And she's really very, I think, too organized in her work and at home, and then a very passionate and extremely dedicated worker and mother. I say to her, Summer, just take a break, because after school she'll immediately go into that overdrive, get the boxes this ready, get the washing this and this, and I try to support her. But yeah, she's just wonderful, and I must say,
guys, we are sitting in a school.
Yeah, we're sitting in a school. It's break time. It's break time. All the video's almost over. It's the end of day. Yeah. So no, I must say, really, she's my better half.
Good.
And
good.
And she's just amazing. So
my family joke is like, you're my life partner, and you have parted my life. And we just laugh at it, playing with the words like that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
There was a comedian in Pakistan recently died, and one of the most wonderful, outstanding comedian of our time, and people were sending condolence messages to his family, but I was of the opinion that I'm also grieving.
Yeah, he was part of your life.
He was part of my life. His name was Umar Sharif.
Okay.
It's a similar name of Egyptian actor.
Yeah.
Okay, And then he used to say in one of the plays, he said that to his wife that you're such a wonderful wife. I wish I had two just like you.
Yeah.
That was another thing.
And yeah, but comedians themselves, they just have this knack of just picking our spirits up. And
yes, they do a wonderful job.
I followed also some comedians, especially when you miss home. Yes. You follow some Skalk Besaidnout.
I especially enjoyed this. I didn't know that he was South African until Tracy told me. Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Very successful comedian.
Very successful, very funny. Yeah. And especially when he's talking about colonialism or UK or English language.
No, he can take the mickey out of anyone.
Yes. And I also recently I discovered this. Of course, he's famous, but I couldn't discover this McIntyre. McIntyre, a UK comedian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was very funny, and especially since I'm a language teacher, so when he speaks about English language, American and British, and he does the comparison and contrast, and very funny.
Plays around with the accents and all that.
Yes. Okay, let's come back to the Oman life. Like, what fascinates you more?
You know, it's a peaceful environment, and I must say it's almost a bit more slow-paced than I'm used to, and I think also the fact that Oman itself safe and secure, my kids feel safe and secure, and people are so friendly.
Have you ever been worried about like your car can be stolen or mugged or you?
Ironically, for the first 2.5 years, no, but this last few months.
Because of this syndrome?
We unfortunately had two very opportunistic burglars in our area, and they not in our home, fortunately, but nobody got hurt or anything. They burgled 2 homes, and it's like.
Have they been caught?
No, they haven't been. But I must say the ROP here had the dog unit out. They had the forensic unit out doing fingerprints. They took a while to get there, but when they got there, they brought everybody with. So yeah, as you know, and I think the nightlife, everything is nightlife driven, and we are more
party guys.
But the thing is also everything starts to come alive at night here, highways, shops, and that. So where we normally just enjoy it during the day. So I must say everything it's really just nice.
Like right now, there's no traffic, almost no, because it's a working hour at the moment. But in the evening, everywhere, especially Seeb is choked, and we are.
But summarizing it as a peaceful and
it is.
Just peaceful country, and everybody's so friendly. Yes, we get our occasional little people, but at the end of the day, just loving it.
Have you ever tried any Omani cultural thing here?
Cultural things?
Food and dresses.
Yeah. See, it's so diverse here as well.
Yes.
So you know the National Day.
Yes.
So I tried my best to dress up for National Day, but I couldn't. I didn't have time to tailor. My dish dasher. So this year I'm going to try and make a big effort because I love the khanjars, the knife. So this year I'm gonna save some money and I'm gonna get my Omani outfit for National Day.
And Paul shared this experience of wearing this dasha. And
yes, he's got a nice cream one, so I'm going to go for that color. It's like that flat dark earth FDE color. But yeah, so I bought, actually there was a funny story. I wore my black sweatpants, and I could only find, the fastest one is, he had one of the stores, a kurta. Okay, so it was a black kurta, and one of Miss Sabria arranged for me
a vest. The masar?
The masar. The masar, and she got the cloth that you put in front. So I had the Pakistani kurta, am I correct?
Yes,
It's kurta.
No, it's same. It's same in India and Pakistan
kurta,
both.
but I think this was, people told me this is not a dish dasha. So I had my black on black, and then I had my purple. And it was quite interesting, I must say. That was the experience. The people, they called me the Omani pirate.
Omani pirate?
Yeah, I looked like a pirate with everything and the kurta. Yeah, so I tried. I tried really my best. That and the food here, shua.
Shua is the best.
I'm like, next best thing to braai, would be shua.
Okay.
So I love the shua, and
it's one of my favorite
umali, the dessert.
Yes.
As you can see, I like dessert. I stopped growing up, so I'm started growing forward now. Omani dessert, and those are highlights for me.
Halwa.
I love halwa. It was starting off. It's an acquired taste. So yes, one of my friends.
And they have different flavors, not just one.
Some halwa, and they love to give halwa as presents.
Yeah.
When they leave. So one of my first friends who moved from the school here, also Omani, he gave me this beautiful little plates, and
yes.
But you can store it for a long time.
Yes.
It's like for years. 2 years later, you can still use it if you really want.
No, interestingly, it doesn't have the expiry date.
Oh, and the coffee, I mean. The Turkish influence I see a lot in the food here.
Too many Turkish restaurants
and like
around.
pastries,
Yes.
So I like it. Too much.
You were talking about halwa, and then what about dates? Have you tried?
I've tried dates.
Okay.
I like dates.
Yeah.
You get a lot of dates.
Yeah.
Different varieties.
Too many people are giving you and gifting you. I just got one from Ms. Amal, a big box.
Yeah. No, I love my dates. I just now and then, just occasionally, you know? Yeah. And maybe like with a good coffee or tea, and karak tea, chai tea. Oh, I love it. That's another thing. Just stopping for 100 paisa karak chai tea.
Yes.
Boom.
And again, karak chai tea is still is the same, like India and Pakistan, same.
Yeah,
similar.
yeah. I see that all influence, and that's what I love about it here. South Africa is also very diverse here, and it also, there's a respect for, everybody respects law, and law and order is still here, and it's one thing I really admire, that people are sticking with what they need to do. Okay,
there are three kind of people you must have interacted. One, students, other, their parents, and the third one, like socializing, like anybody outside. Yeah. Okay, so how's your interaction different from each category?
Yeah, so the students' interaction, they saw me. You know what, the big thing with the students' interaction here, that I just tried. I'm quite a big and intimidating guy when I do my pastoral patrols, and trying to make sure everything is, because behavior was my responsibility as a deputy head here. So and teaching as well. But in a classroom environment and on a pastoral level, you just have that mutual respect where you just need to listen to them first and understand where they're coming from, because there's a lot of communication barriers we first need to cross to.
Have you ever come across cultural issue while communicating with Omani student?
You know, I did encounter a few, and that's the big thing that I think that was the big learning curve here, is understanding. So the male-female.
Yes, one big thing.
Big thing. In South Africa, it's not a big thing. Here, it's definitely just respecting both of them on a different end, and males don't deal with females a lot. So you need to have somebody strong. So we try to make sure we've got a pastoral team that's diverse in gender and culture as well. And having somebody that can speak Arabic in my team, in my corner, is very important.
Was always very good.
Some students cannot speak English at all. So,
or cannot express that scenario, that situation well.
Yes. And then I would like to hear it from them, so they can explain it too. So it was very important to have a very well structured team and working together to approach these students.
How do you see them respecting and giving value to their culture while working in the school, the students doing it, and respecting the teachers and trying to be humble? How do you see that?
Yeah, I must say, that's a loaded question.
Yes.
I need to get it right 100%. You have your different type of students. You've got students that are really, really respectful, and there's students who's, I don't think they understand. It's not earned, the moment I talk to you and you talk to me, we need mutual respect. We need to respect each other mutually. And I think there's just a sense of being viewed more like a worker sometimes than being a teacher and a figure that is teaching you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where some of them, the lines are blurred, is when you are being addressed, and again, and this goes, I think there's, most of my experience here with students are positive.
Yes,
yes. And also you need to know that it's not naughty ones, they're the busy ones that it just needs to be stimulated more. Yeah. So how to deal with them, being assertive, but also respectful.
Yes.
They need to know where they stand with you. And yes. You know yourself as well, when I went in exam rooms, I made sure the environment is conducive yes. for learning.
Yes.
So if students are out of their place and they're struggling to communicate with us,
sitting on a
or sitting on a table, or
yes.
I mean, we rectify, we address yes. the learner.
Yes.
And then sometimes, I think my misunderstanding is when they laugh, they're actually nervous, and it's not absorbed as disrespect. So I try to be as calm, yeah. and that's very important yes, here, to yes, be as calm, because sometimes you have to address females yes, and yes. male students.
Yes, yes.
And they struggle sometimes just to react to what you're saying. And then
the right reaction, and what right reaction they are supposed to give when they are nervous.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of times where you talk to the student, and you just had to stop a bit and say, maybe they don't understand you.
Yes.
So it takes you longer to address a behavior concern or misbehaving behavior. And the one other thing they just don't understand sometimes, and that's immaturity. That's the one thing I can describe. And most of the time behavior has been really good, because we establish that when they walk yes. into the classroom and you structure a classroom, yes. they need to know, sit down, we've greeted you. If there's a little icebreaker or whatever you guys are yes. doing, give them an opportunity to just let yes. off steam if it's the first lesson or last lesson.
Yes.
But then just understanding what the dynamics of that classroom is yes. and how the classroom structure is. So that is, and then the teacher needs to control. And a lot of the teachers started controlling that after we supported them. And this is one thing that the students themselves had to respect it.
Yes.
It's not like it is not, we need to prove ourselves to you. When you walk into a classroom, just as you would like me to respectfully teach you,
yes.
you need to please respectfully sit down
you were very
and be
right.
taught.
You were very right, like the considering or taking the teacher as a teacher or a worker is a very, very important thing. Just recently, before the exams, the last working day, last academic day before exam was, and there were students taking rounds and rounds yeah. again. And I chased a group of students, very popular, and they ran away. And then one of them, I didn't know that he was in the herd or not. He was coming down the stairs. I said, how many rounds? And he reacted very rudely to me. And he was going to the next room, my colleague's room. I stopped him, listen, come. And then he was walking away by saying some words. I wasn't there. Did you see me? I said, listen, come back. He came. I said, okay, it may be not you. Maybe I misunderstood. Fine, you clarified you were not there. I understand. And there's no big deal that I need to see CCTV for it. No. I understand. But there's no way you communicate with me in this way.
Yes, yeah.
There's no way you talk to me like that. Even if I'm not teaching you this year, but I taught you last year at least.
No, you're a teacher. In that
so don't forget that.
Yeah.
He said, yes, I'm sorry. And he said sorry. I didn't ask him, I didn't force him to apologize.
Now they realized they were wrong.
But he realized that. Yeah. I said, no, I'm not running after you. No, I was just asking, since a lot of students were running, I was asking you, were you the same or one of them? And you clarified you weren't. That's it. There's no point being rude about it.
Exactly.
And then we have to set these parameters. We have to set these limits for anybody, not just the students.
Yeah, it's a structured environment.
Yes.
Education is our primary, so you need to behave.
How about parents?
I must say, I had a lot of positive experiences. And the thing is, it's very important to understand that, and this is, we as teachers are in loco parentis. So the students, the parents have assigned us as teachers by selecting the school.
Yes.
While they are gone, child protection, safeguarding, education, we're responsible, not just for the one child, for the whole classroom.
Everybody.
Being at 5 in a classroom or 26 or how many.
Doesn't matter.
And that is what is important. And that is a lot of parents I met here, especially when I call them in, they need to understand that us as teachers and educational staff are supporting them to get the students
in the right
optimal education and get them focused on their work. So we're supporting, it's a supportive thing. And that's an approach, I think, sometimes people, they think, no, we're too aggressive, too assertive, but we're supportive. That's the approach. It's not like reprimanding, infringements.
No.
That is a system that guides you to understand what areas that we have as areas of concern we are addressing are areas of concern you should try and address from the parenting side, because it's really a cooperative relationship.
2 years working here,
I've experienced it.
I got 3 infringements.
Yes.
It's not
you
that
gave 3 infringements?
I gave. No. And it's not that there weren't any issues or any troubles. They were, but I handled them before infringement.
And the students redeemed themselves.
And they realized that, and I told them that I have all the authority to do it. Yes. I'm not doing it. I want to trust you. I want to trust you that you will behave well next time. And it worked very well.
Yes.
And those 3 that I gave, one was like malpractice in the exam. Other was like there was a small fight in the classroom.
Argument or something.
Or else, never. I never felt that I should give one. And it went well.
Yeah.
How about socializing with the Omani people?
Love socializing. They're so loving and caring and kind.
Have you ever invited anybody, or you were invited by any Omani family?
I've invited my Omani friend, Amjad. And the thing is, I've been not invited to. So we stayed where we stayed first. We had to walk past Omani family. So I've been invited. So you're tired from school and you're walking up. We stayed at the loft unit on the top, and we had to walk past them. And then when the doors open, our kids played together and everything. Yes. But then they got to know of us, and then one day they just like ushered us into. It's like move in, and then they'll bring out sweets, everything, and it's just this, let's just, because we were like, now we're in somebody else's home, with us, normally, if you're not invited formally, you can't go in, so that was really how they try and make you feel, they go above and beyond making you feel comfortable, and the culture and the people, really kind and caring, and I must say, I learned a lot, and still learning a lot from
something personal. Something personal, like how do you see Pakistan? In the news, it is different, and in real, I know it is different. But what reflection do you get from the news, from social media or popular media?
From Pakistan?
About Pakistan. Not Pakistani, only Pakistan.
Pakistan itself. So I do listen to a lot of podcasts sometimes, and mainly my connection and same with South Africa, I think to a lot of Pakistanis, is a sports side, so cricket.
Good.
So when I Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India, all of that, I normally see
Bangladesh.
Yes. I don't want to step on toes, but at the end of the day, Pakistan themselves and Pakistani people that I've dealt with here.
Yes, Pakistani.
Very respectful. Okay. But also upstanding in their own way, when they're not a walk over, so when they've got something to say, they will say it. It's upstanding. But I'm not up to, I don't know about the political side or what's happening physically in there, but the sporting side I know of Pakistan. So that's how I relate it.
Do you play cricket here? Because there are
cricket with
so
my
many,
son. No, so my son...
cricketing Pakistani teams here in Oman.
Yes, no, so I don't play cricket.
Even my brother-in-law in Nizwa, he has his own cricket team, named after one of the local club, Karachi King. But they named it Karachi King Nizwa. And they have won a number of tournaments.
Yeah, there's nice tournaments and leagues playing here.
Late night or morning or Ramadan or any time. And Cricket is very popular, even like on Fridays you'll find them playing several
big social, and like the pitches. That's not even pitches. It's a gravel. It's a gravel lot with 4 rocks is your pitch, and you'll have your full squad out. And I'm just like, because we love to go to the beach and do some beach cricket with the boys and stuff like that. Not now when the heat is so switched on up, but I'm just like, is this guy's going to take a diving catch? You need to get medics here because they're on gravel. Everybody plays on gravel.
Yes.
Because there's just lots all over the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about food? Any Pakistani food you tried?
Yeah, I've probably tried.
Biryani or tikka?
Biryani, yeah. Okay. See if that is.
Biryani is common in India and Pakistan.
In both, yeah.
Yes.
So I love biryani. I love chicken tikka. I don't know. Yeah, chicken tikka is like even if you go to Subway, I do chicken tikka. And if I go, I don't know.
How about kadhai? Have you tried kadhai?
So
kadhai is a gravy of beef or mutton or even chicken.
I think I've tried a lot of. You remember when we had our that staff lunch day?
Yes,
everybody makes. I tried everything.
Day.
Yeah, International Food Day. Yeah, we had the International Food Day. So that's when everybody brought, and I tried everything. And if you haven't tried it or people didn't see you eat their food, they brought it to you, the ones they could. Yeah. So I definitely tried
Wonderful party. I really enjoyed it. I wish we have more. Like we had it a year before. We didn't have the same festival this year. We didn't have it.
We didn't, no? Yeah,
it was a year before.
Yeah, it was the year before. Yeah, that's why it's so vague memory of mine.
Yes.
But you're the party king here. You've got all the class parties. You just arrange it. You need to now invite me as a guest.
We will. We will
you
definitely.
Need to invite me as a guest.
Okay. Since all this, like we are multicultural people, and you are from South Africa, I'm from Pakistan, and we are living in Muscat. We have been doing all this time. We have been comparing and contrasting.
Yes.
Oman life, South African life, and all that. And now a little like, how do you see the religion element in Oman, and religion element? Like, how do you see, I don't want you to compare it to South Africa,
not at all.
But how do you see the religion element playing a role in country, in Oman?
And I think that was a big question before we moved in here, because you hear the stories, you hear what we do, because I'm a Christian, and there's the Islamic culture here, and I learned a lot from my Muslim friends, and Hindu friends as well. Very diverse, and the religion itself, I just love dealing with people that's as diverse as this in this country, but overall peaceful nature, kind, and respecting each other.
Do you think religion plays a role in everyday life here?
Definitely, I do, because a lot of the way you walk, the way you dress, we need to get used to all of that. Although we don't understand a lot of the restrictions, and that took some time, but it also showed me how much respect you need to show from another religion point of view, to also respect the whole community. It's and during prayer times, and even so, when I had my Muslim friends coming over for tea or a braai even, because we like to share, we will switch the music off during the prayer call, and we will make sure.
And it was entirely different from your previous experience in your country.
Yeah, no, South Africa, we do have a big Muslim community, and a lot of African religions and cultures.
Like when you come here, when you live here, like there are very aggressive people, they are very gentle, different kind of people. Has anybody tried to guide you and try to lead you towards converting to Islam? No, aggressively or gently?
No, I haven't had anybody doing that. My friend had an experience, but also gently.
Gently,
And when he said, I respect it, thank you very much. And we learn a lot. We learn a lot from each other. And you know what? Respecting each other as people.
Is
that's the most important thing. And then just know when you're in this country, you're a visitor. And I must really say the discipline I see in most Muslims. It's admirable, and I use it to also learn and try and work on myself, you know.
Yes, yes.
And really, it's been really just a positive experience overall.
I have very healthy discussion with Kenny most often, and we talk about religion, and I always tell him one fact. I don't know how would you take it, that we are not different from Christianity. Islam is not different from Christianity. We believe that it is the final and revised version of Christianity. And we still believe in most of the things that are there in Christianity, even in Judaism. Most of the beliefs are the common. Most of the practices are common. Most of the rituals are common. Most of the things are common. But as a Muslim, we believe that this is the final version of the same continuation started from Adam.
Okay. That's
this
good.
is how we think it.
Yeah.
But we don't want to impose this information to everybody, like you must believe the same. No, you are free and relax, and you should feel comfortable and peace, no issues about it.
And I think any religion, if it all boils down to God is there,
yes,
and we've got hope,
yes,
and we are blessed, all of us,
yes,
and that's one thing I say. I'm blessed having a job here. I'm blessed having time here in Oman with people and learning from each other.
Funny thing, my teacher in Hyderabad, there's another city, Hyderabad in Pakistan, and a big city, Hyderabad in India. So my teacher there, he's my lifelong teacher. Like even if I do anything, I dedicate my work to him and my father together, like at the same time.
Awesome.
His name is Irfan Ahmed Khan. So we call him Bhai, Irfan Bhai. Though a lot of his students call him Irfan Sir, but I call him Irfan Bhai. And he used to tell us, like, if you want to understand God, Allah, if you really want to understand Allah, get married, have kids. You will understand the superior, the supreme in the best way ever.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, and I just like the values.
Yes.
All values here, if you look at it, if it doesn't matter what religion you are,
yes,
what color, what culture, whatever, if there's respect, mutual respect, if you're humble, caring, and kind, and just project love, you know?
And it is all mutual respect. Mutual is the common thing. Like, don't be a doormat as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't be a pushy guy at the top. No, don't.
Definitely.
Have a mutual respect.
Exactly, man.
Okay.
Exactly.
I think we should call it today.
I think I don't know if you've got a limit on that thing, but
it's going on. It's going on.
I think this is going to be your longest video, so I get first prize, eh?
Indeed.
I won Mr. Paul's video.
ABQ award. For the longest
video. I mean, thank you very much, and I hope you all the best for your speaking. I don't know if it changed. I like this. Speak is it's catchy.
Okay, let's speak. I tried to make a brand, that's why I named it differently.
I saw your logo in your intro.
Yes.
I think it's awesome. Go with it. I mean, don't change it now. Get your subscribers and let's see where it goes.
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah. No, so awesome, Mr. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, guys, I'll go and turn off the mic and camera.